the way to the max.
We
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
Ay.
This shit slap, this shit black.
shit
Tell the
black,
DJ, won't you bring that back?
Bring
Turn
that
this
back.
motherfucker up, had the whole club smack.
I'm gonna let you two start with you two, Tenn or Gabe. You want to go first? What comes to mind when you think of toxic masculinity?
Well, when I think about toxic masculinity, I can't help but think about the origin of the word toxic masculinity. You know, when it comes to almost everything, I focus on the etymology of it. And so when I think about toxic masculinity, I think about a term created by white people to express themselves in regards to how they feel about the way that their white male counterparts treated them. So I mean, just we're breaking the ice with that. My thoughts.
Watch it. I was like that.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I mean, like, if I had to put a term on it, I mean, I'm kind of with the brother Gabe on it. I don't really use the term, but if I had to use the term toxic masculinity, it would really be community terrorism in the Black community. You know what I mean? Like killing people senselessly for 25 cents, or looking at them wrong, or some shit like that, or disrespecting individuals while they just walking by. That's what I would categorize as toxic masculinity. But when people use it, out of context, I don't really subscribe to that, but that's what I would think it would be.
Nikki?
When you told me we were doing this podcast on toxic masculinity, I really didn't know what it meant. I've always heard it, but it was kind of one of those words I glossed over and I don't really know. So I Googled. And Google says toxic masculinity involves cultural pressures for men to behave in a certain way. It's likely this affects all boys and men in some fashion. Toxic masculinity refers to the notion that some people's idea of manliness perpetuates domination, homophobia, and aggression, according to Google.
Thank you for using the internet.
Now,
yes, got Google.
Part of that is right. We're gonna dive in deeper with it though too. We're gonna talk about parts, and then this is where I want y'all to jump in and dive in. So, if you think about it, toxic masculinity, like it's toxic. It's pretty much masculine stereotypes that harm men. Misogyny, like you said, homophobia, self-reliance, and emotional oppression. That's a big deal. And it's pretty much refer specifically to the ways masculine stereotypes harm men. And these are little signs, like treating women like objects, because, we believe that we are conquerors. Sleeping with lots of women is a form of toxic masculinity.
We subscribe to, having sex with mad girls and some shit like what? I'm just trying to figure out what I'm just saying about sexual liberation. I mean, that would defeat the purpose of sexual liberation if we talking about toxic masculinity is about having sex with multiple women, but this only geared to men or whatever, or Black men or whatever. I'm trying to.
But Black men, but it's also sexual liberation, and then also why are you doing it? Because if you want to be sexual liberal, that's understandable. But it's like, there are, think about it like this. Think about the men who feel like they have to because it makes them look like a man, not because you fucking. But the men we talk about, men that overcompensate they're getting the bitches to make themselves look a certain way. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, but also too, like 54% of men, Black men, and you can look this up in the statistics of blackdemographics.com, are single with no.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then it's a small minutia of men that actually get to have sex with multiple women. Because I mean, most average men, that are 5'7" and below, don't even get they don't get women from that perspective. I mean, that's a statistical fact. So women will also say that they want a specific type of man. Now I can't say all, so we have to say some. But when men move around in this world, we generalize things because we're coming at it from a logistical standpoint. So that doesn't mean everybody, because I heard that, you know, argument where they'll just cut off the facts and just specifically keen on of, well, you keep on saying all. Well, we all know that all. Like some women, some men like a woman that's 500 pounds, but that's not everybody not everybody looking for that, right? So that's cap. That's a complete cap, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm explaining is that, you know what I'm saying, like when you hear the when it's marketed within our community, it's that they want a man that's 6'6", 6 figures, 6 pack, 6 feet. And I mean, to the point where it's been jokes of people being emasculated because they're not 6 feet. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But most average men that make the average medium income for a black man is $45,000 a year, right? So therefore, he doesn't even have access to the level of women that he claims. Now, he could be lying and saying that, and men do lie on their balls all the time, right? But that's not the facts. That's not the facts. It still doesn't mean that he's
another form of toxic.
Is that toxic? I mean, you feel me? But people lie every day, B. So that's what I'm trying to figure out when you say, you know, having sex with all these women. Who the fuck is we talking about? Because most niggas is broke, man. Most niggas don't got access to shit. So I'm just trying to ascertain who the fuck is niggas
broke. Niggas get pussy though.
But at the same time, it's like, where are you getting these statistics? Because, you know, you hear about
blackdemographics.com. And would you like me to expound upon that? Where they got it?
No, I'm trying to make a point, actually. Because, you know, you hear about these statistics all the time, but it's like, where are these people getting these statistics? Like, who are they actually interviewing? Because a lot of statistics don't really add up when you think about it. Like, even look at the polls that they took, you know, for the election. That shit didn't add up. You know what I'm saying? According to the statistics or who they polled. So, okay, so let me backtrack. Now, when you say that the average man, I don't know if you're talking about the average black man, it's just the average man in America makes $45,000.
Average black man in America makes 45. The average white man makes 52.
Okay, now that may be people who actually have a job, but I know most black men have a job and they have a side hustle, whether it's, you know, whatever it is. So I've never known a black man to only be making $45,000. Like on his regular job, he might be making $45,000, but then he might have a side hustle that's bringing him double that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, there's statistics. I kind of take it with a grain of salt because statistics have proven to be wrong. Like even look at the stock market, they have statistics for that, and that shit is always wrong.
All right, let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard of a company called Focus Group Global?
I've heard of focus groups, but not that particular company.
That company. Okay. So when they're getting their numbers, I mean, when you say that a person that is making a specific number a year added to what they're doing in a side hustle, that's also added into what they're doing as well. So, but the average person in America, right, is only making 45,000 or 52,000, right? And it's only 10% of people in general that make $500,000. No, I'm sorry, $100,000 or better. Now you have to understand that yes, that means there's millions of people, but when we as black people say everybody, and we only know 20 people, right? So when I'm talking about the average, like in census and government, this is how they base off their economy on what people make. This is how they base off how they tax you on what people make. So when you say the statistics aren't real when it comes to median income, literally capitalism is built upon what you make and how they can tax you.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't believe the statistics. And on top of that, people don't always report correctly on those things.
Well, in this era, there's an era people are campaigning and facts don't mean anything either. So whatever.
I like that right there. I like that right there.
That doesn't mean
a lot of facts are skewed. So, okay.
Another sign. So we're going to switch up. Another sign. Fake alpha men. Women fall for these fake alpha men because fake charge, and a lot of women are easily fooled by man's persona. So some guys may fake the alpha, because you got alpha men, then you got the fake alpha men. You know, if you get what I'm saying, Tenn, Gabe.
Sure. Well, you want to start her off, Tenn?
Nah, Gabe, you get this one, King. You already know. I got something to say though, but hey, do your thing, brother.
So, I was actually having this conversation with my friend today too. You know, I am over 6 feet, and so I feel like I didn't know some of these statistics about people who are 6 feet. You know, the obligation that I felt being 6 feet was just to be able to perform when I'm playing basketball or when it comes to other physical activities. But right, but being as far as alpha males are concerned, I did a little bit of research into the origin of the word alpha male, and so I don't like that term. I don't subscribe to it, so I don't really have any opinion on it. You know, so
Why don't you like it?
Well, I never went to an HBCU. All right, I never pledged. I was never in the fraternity. I did love drumline though, and I watched Burning Sands. But I also did a lot of right. I did a little personal research on the origin of fraternities and sororities, and the entire institution of fraternities and sororities are based on Greek culture, as we already know. And we all know the homosexual influence that the Greek culture had on their society. Homosexuality was mandated. And when I say the word mandated, you have to understand it means like it was part of their culture and their law system. I'm saying, and homosexuality and pedophilia were mandated in Greek culture. And so when I did my research on the term alpha male, when I found out the comparison to alpha males being sexually promiscuous with other men, that threw me off. So like alpha males do engage in sexual intercourse with other men, all right, according to Greek culture. If fraternities and sororities are based off Greek culture, then engaging in sexual intercourse with other men, aka being an alpha man, may be associated with gay connotations. So I don't subscribe to that word. I don't use it because again, the homosexual connotation is just too much for me. Now, not to say I have anything wrong with, not to say I have anything against gay people. You know what I'm saying? I took ballet for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? People thought I was gay for a while. So like,
That has nothing to.
but like,
I took ballet too, bro. Like,
but that's a form of toxic masculinity right there. Not on the ballet, but how men may make fun of him because he's doing ballet. That's a form of toxic masculinity because it's not looked like a society for a brother to do ballet, so he's looked at a certain way. Why can't he just do ballet? And people making fun of him. Those are toxic forms of toxic masculinity in men right there. You masculating another man because he's stepping outside the norm of what you might see of a brother.
They told me that, yo, you can go to So You Think You Can Dance. Just take some ballet. You know what I said? I want to go to So You Think You Can Dance. So I took some ballet and I went to So You Think You Can Dance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, do what you gotta do to, like, you know what I'm saying? And plus I love dancing, you know what I'm saying? Like when I came to this country, I wasn't really playing sports, you know, and one of the things that I got a lot of attention for was dancing. So I was dancing in the streets. They saw me dancing in the streets. They were like, yo, take a class. I took a class. I started getting mad attention. And I loved it. And I kept doing it. And I traveled the world with my dance. And I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, appreciate it. I got kicked off the first week in Vegas though. I should have taken more ballet, but
yeah, I used to watch that show. I was like, damn, I don't remember seeing.
Oh yeah, my boy won. My boy came second place in season 2. His name is Jams. The doctor told me he wasn't going to be able to walk again. Not only did he walk, he came second place.
Wow.
Yeah, we just to tell you, when we used to like be on campus dancing, we were running things.
That's how I got it.
Yeah. I was putting on campus. I remember that shit, dog. I remember, like, you had your own dance club, you know. Yeah. I remember that shit. We was running shit at that school. Yeah, but
I guess to closing my comment before I yield. I do understand what an alpha male is. I mean, I told you what my definition of alpha male is and why I don't subscribe to that word. But if I had to use the term alpha male. And my definition of alpha male is anybody who can handle their responsibilities. You know, if you can handle your business, then I believe that you are on par with what is considered an alpha male.
I'm talking about the fake alpha man. Alpha man, we're talking about the fake ones. Tenn. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, like, I mean, my definition, especially in the diaspora of my community, of an alpha man is a man that's official. That's really handling his business, can hold his own, can protect his family, can protect himself, has access to resources, basically, a top-notch human being. Then you got a fake alpha male that just pretty much lives perception over reality. So the first person that I just mentioned, he acts as if that's what he is, but he lives in his grandmother's basement, mother's basement, auntie's cubby, or some shit like that, right? But his presentation is good or whatever, right? It looks good. It looks amazing. It's like a lot when people wear fake jewelry, but you don't know that's fake diamonds, right? Now, I mean, he's not sugar. He's Splendor. Not even fever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who the fuck he is. And that's the guy that really people are more attracted to, because the alpha male doesn't have any time to finesse you, tell you some bullshit, tell you lies, you know what I mean? Do the Elder Barge or R. Kelly shit. They like niggas don't have any motherfucking energy to do so. So you have to understand that the alpha male is very raw and uncut, you know what I mean? Because he has all the time in the world. He doesn't have all the time in the world to tell you sweet nothings and shit like that. So the fake alpha male is the one that has all the time to be in the bars, in the clubs, pull up on you in Walmart, Target, you know what I mean, and shit like that. Whatever the fuck, at the vegan spot, whatever the fuck that you at where he thinks he can get you, that's what the nigga is at, right? And I tell all my friends that are alpha males, because I don't like the word humble, because that definition is a shitty definition. Having low importance to oneself. I'm not humble, I'm heroic. So I tell men all the time, like, nigga, the fuck boys is out, the fake alpha males is out, and they're working 24/7. So that's my motherfucking definition of what I think an alpha male is. And honestly, low key, alpha males really don't get no real respect like that until women, not all women, because I can't say that, you know what I mean, are done with the fake alpha males. Because listen, I know, no disrespect, I know a lot of personal trainers that make no money, $0, like zero. But he looks like He-Man and Superman, and he could tell you all these things, and all this other shit, right? And then and a lot of sisters subscribe to that because, I mean, let's keep it real. We as human beings in this society can be very superficial, right? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We only look at surface level things. After, certain women get beat out of that or have children and shit like that, then they're like, oh, wow, the nigga that I just curved is now the CEO and shit. You know what I mean? Because nobody cared about Jeff Bezos when he was in the basement grinding. Nobody cared about certain people that are rich and is handling the community. Nobody gives a fuck about the person that's grinding. They care about the package. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my definition of what the fuck an alpha male is. You know what I mean? And these fake niggas is winning, man. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Winning. And what is fake niggas? There's so many fake niggas. Like, what I think of a fake nigga? I know you've seen this, Tenn. The ones that they see a nigga they feel like they could pick on. When girls around, they try to bully them, knowing they can't fight, or they instigating fights. And it's this big old scene, but nobody throws a hand, nobody lick a finger, but it's a whole block watching, waiting for a fight, and nobody throws a swing. Fake alpha shit, getting the girls, and girls be like, oh my God, you was gonna whoop his ass. He was like, yeah, I was gonna whoop his ass. I'm like, nigga, you just did a bunch of talking for an hour for nothing.
Keep it real with you, my nigga. Like, real talk. I dedicated my life when I walk into a room that a lot of the fake niggas, they just leave because they already know, one, I mean this respectfully. You know what I mean? You're not slapping me in my face. You know what I mean? That's number one. And number two, you don't have any sources or connections like I would have it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, who are you really? Your fake ass chain. But I gotta give these niggas. These niggas need Academy Awards.
And they be getting the baddest joints, man.
Nigga, I be like, when I be watching the Academies, I'm like, yo, they need to just make a special one, maybe on, I don't know, not even BET, one of them underground, and the Academy Award goes to bitch ass nigga in the win, because this nigga's good. This nigga's
players hated ball, man. That player hated ball shit from the Dave Chappelle show.
As a real nigga or alpha male or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, you know what I mean? I'm a strategic guy, right? So one of my favorite books is Art of War, right? I be watching these, I be even kicking with bitch niggas like, yo, nigga, what the fuck did you say to her? You don't got shit. Like, nigga, like, how did you fuck your way to getting a PS5 in her crib, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, when a nigga's grinding, like, when a nigga's focused, when you got a John Wick type of nigga, like myself, when I'm a man of focus, I'm not thinking about how I could finesse some person to get some shit. I'm just thinking, yo, I need this. I need the yacht. I need mad champagne. How the fuck can I get it? Versus this nigga where he like, yo, I'm at Burger King. I'm going to tell her some lies. And then he gets in there, nigga. Then he fucks her to sleep. And he be in there. That's why I ask these niggas these questions, man.
Hey, Tenn.
Yo.
It'd be the baddest ones that fall for these niggas. It'd be the baddest one.
But the thing is, just like these fake bitches, it's like they put time into their looks to get, a certain type of guy. It's like, it sounds like these guys are putting time into their game to get certain.
Because that's what y'all going for. So of course they're gonna put time into the look. If you're looking at appearance right away, it's like, well, because as most sisters, if he ain't got the appearance, you're not even hearing what he got to say if his appearance ain't on.
Well, let's be real. Everybody looks at appearance. That's the first thing that you see. And if the appearance...
And that's why these niggas putting that time in. It's like, well, I got to look the part first, and then I can fake it later.
Let me ask you a question.
At the same point in time, though, you can say that about a woman. You know what I'm saying? Women we have to put in a certain time in for our look, for us to get you to be interested in us. It's the same thing.
But this is the difference.
Niggas go fuck you with some sweatpants and a tank top.
Let me say this, though, right? The thing about certain sisters, not all, is that they wait on a nigga to come speak to them, right? And then they go on social media and all these platforms and goes, there's no good men in the world. Then I tell sisters, yo, if you're ambitious, if you're ambitious about your paper, you should be ambitious about getting you the right man that you want. Because a nigga that's making 6 figures is not gonna pull up on you in a motherfucking Walmart. Okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's unlikely that's gonna happen, right? You know what I mean? And you gotta understand the realism of what's going on here, right? The fuck boy will be out there like the feds staking out some niggas to go raid. That's what the nigga's gonna do, B. You feel me? Like, I have no time. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I have absolutely no time to be traveling the whole world looking for some girl that's looking for a high value man. Like, I have no time to do that because I'm still trying to secure my bag. So with that being said, it's just like, and I be asking women, where you meet this nigga at? Oh, dating apps. Where you meet this nigga at? Oh, the grocery store. Where you meet this nigga at? Yeah, well, beloved, I mean, and then
grocery store where he been following you for 4 hours and shit.
This is the great thing about women that I love, right? Because they'll see a potential in a whole ass nigga that shouldn't even be there, right? Like, they put more equity on the nigga than he needs to be. The nigga works at Chick-fil-A, yo. You met the nigga at just because he got abs, he still work at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A, right? So if you looking to be high quality and you're like, well, maybe
they got some good chicken.
Like, maybe
chicken sandwiches. Sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they be like, well, maybe if I could just do this and that and the third, then 5-6 years go by, this nigga's still at Chick-fil-A. Homeboy is not even a manager, yo. And that's you.
I was about to say, but is he the manager though? See,
beloved, even if he's the manager, depending on what your taste is, I mean, come on, man.
Right.
I mean,
now he's the owner of the franchise.
Yo, but listen, but I say this respectfully. If that's what you want, just tell the truth about what it really is versus what it really isn't. Because some people love the fact that they can have this victim story and it's just some fairy tale Disney bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of niggas, I mean, in my network that's getting to the bag, nobody's gonna pull up on you in no motherfucking Kroger, ShopRite, a Giants, Safeway. Niggas is not, you know what I mean? Like, niggas is usually ordering they shit now because niggas is trying to, monetize their energies to really getting the bag and becoming high value in this society.
Nikki, money.
Wait, what's the question?
I don't know.
No, I was going to say that's a lot to digest. That is a lot to digest. I mean, I'm definitely the type of woman that does not, reach out to men. I expect the man to make the first move at me. I've never taken initiation. I know there are women that do, and that's just a matter of perspective. I don't think that goes to say though that they necessarily will want the man that works at Chick-fil-A or whatever, and that there's nothing wrong with, I mean, because everyone starts somewhere, and to your point, if he's sitting there and his, standards are lower, and he's at Chick-fil-A for 10 years and haven't moved or whatever, then obviously if she wants that man, then I don't know, that's just a matter of her standards or her needing to, adjust or whatever. I don't know. Hold on.
You don't know. Just say you don't know, and that's it. Okay.
No, my sinuses are killing my.
Is that why you keep brushing your hair? Because your sinuses are acting up? That's why?
When I think of toxic masculinity, I think of something completely different, though. I think of guys who are controlling. As far as
that's another one too.
As far as it, applies to me. So I think of men who are controlling. Men who are overly aggressive. I like aggression, but like I don't like overt aggression. And then I also think of like just guys who. It's like you were saying earlier, they want to have sex with as many women as possible to make themselves feel better about themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with having sex. There's nothing wrong with having options. But I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you're not respecting yourself. You're not respecting any of these women. You're lying to everybody.